5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome everyone back to another episode of the Circle Jerks, the show where we consume the media you love to hate. I'm Jake Sorensen.
I'm Alexander and Prophet.
Andrew here.
That's awesome. How we doing, guys?
Good, man.
I feel like I fucked up the intro.
That's all right. All right, what's your favorite nutty conspiracy theory? Andrew, go.
Okay. See, I don't ascribe to it, but
Yeah, but just the nuttiest one. You don't have to ascribe to.
Yeah. No,
Ascribe. I said ascribe. Subscribe.
Sure.
You don't have to sub or ascribe to it.
and hit notifications.
Yeah, ring that bell.
No, I guess the nuttiest conspiracy theory I really think is the flat Earth conspiracy theory.
That's what I was gonna say.
I think it is. I think it's the kind of the wildest one. It's sort of like umbrellas in a lot of other conspiracy theories that sort of like make up the full context
It's pretty
of it.
fucking nutty. Mm-hmm. I'll say, since you said that one, that's probably what I would say. I'm gonna say the celebrity clones thing.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I
That
didn't
one's
even think
fucking
about
weird,
that.
dude.
No, I don't know much about that.
I don't know a whole lot about it either. I kind of got the rundown of it from an actual conspiracy theorist. Mm-hmm. And she was saying that there's some kind of way to, download someone's mind consciousness into a different body.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. So they put themselves into a clone body in some kind of underground military. It was an acronym. I think it was DUMPS, Deep Underground Military something. And
I saw that anime.
It was dumps, and I was like, "That's fucking hilarious." They're in the dumps, but
dumps.
while they're down in the dumps, they could in their cloned body, they can go fuck children or murder people or whatever the fuck they want to do because they're all clones down there anyway. So they can. Okay. Go ahead.
Is it if the clone fucking looks like you can't go around murdering children.
Well, no, you're in the dumps. Like you're not on Earth. You're not.
They take
it's our society.
Do they clone? So do you kill clone children?
Well, I don't know
dumps?
who you kill down there. You just get to kill people. Like you're in your own body. You're in a different body. You're in a cloned body, but it's your own consciousness.
Right.
So you fall asleep in your house, in your Hollywood Hills house,
Yeah.
and then you wake up in a cloned body while your real body's asleep, and then you're in this military facility, and you get to indulge in all your satanic fucking whatever the fuck you do.
I love how some people think the people in Hollywood are the richest people in the world. Like hands down, they're rich, but
right.
they're not the fucking people who are murdering. Like even if I grant every part of that conspiracy theory, it's like, well, you got the wrong people too. Like they're not running the world.
Yeah. What do you think, Alex? You got a fun?
Well, I was gonna say
Flat
flat Earth.
Flat Earth is probably my pick.
Flat Earth is
It's funny because I actually know quite a bit about it because I've done a lot of research on it, and I plan on doing it.
Almost spit beer into the mic, dude.
It totally
done a lot of research on it.
I saw this one video and it completely red pilled me, and now I'm just
Actually, no. I was gonna say that what it really is it preys on our perception. So like when you look at the horizon, even in an airplane or on the top of a mountain, it looks flat. And then there's all these other things that they try and say debunks the round Earth, but it really is just our perception of where we are as an ant.
Well, so the better way to describe that would be that our eyes and ears and nose, all our senses are imperfect, and while there is relevant information to glean from it, our eyes do deceive us. Even our brain will deceive us. So it's like you can't necessarily trust
100%.
yeah.
But other than that, I think that the nuttiest one is the MK Ultra. You guys heard about that?
that one's real.
MK Ultra is real, isn't it? It's where they
That's
gave
LSD,
LSD.
yeah.
Alex.
Do you know? It's not that nutty. It's like
MK Ultra LSD. It's the
What?
MK Ultra is supposed to be mind control.
yeah, they were trying to use
Yeah.
LSD they're exploring LSD and the effects of LSD, and it was during the Cold War, and they were trying to figure out if they could use LSD for mind control.
They were trying to make super soldiers,
or really deep embedded spies, and all sorts of shit.
They were trying to enhance the
That's
senses.
That's just declassified
of a person.
That was a theory. That was a conspiracy theory, and then it was declassified.
Yeah.
At least some of it was declassified.
So are they using it on celebrities?
They don't use it anymore. This was back in the 60s, 70s.
What MK Ultra conspiracy theory are you talking about?
Okay, now we're getting into my realm.
Oh, there's a different conspiracy.
There must be.
There must be.
If you type in MK Ultra, it'll come up with Lady Gaga, Cardi B.
That's like the celebrity clone shit. That's I don't know if it's exactly the same thing, but it makes me think of that because there's videos where there's a really good one of Al Roker where they're
the black guy.
Yeah, he's a Good Morning America. He's a Good Morning America guy.
Yep.
Had gastric bypass surgery or something, lost a lot of weight. Anyway, getting off topic, but I don't know. They say something. They're talking in front of the camera. One of them says the word Holy Ghost, and then Al Roker like stops and like stares at the camera. And he's got this almost like he's having a stroke face. And people are like, "Oh, there's this thing," and it's like related to the celebrity clones where they have these words that they use to control them, and so they can sometimes they drop these words and it fucking hypnotizes them or something stupid.
No, I've seen concepts like that in movies.
No, it's funny too because even when that fucking shit happened, when that Al Roker thing happened, someone, I think it was Anderson Cooper, tweeted about it. Like, yo, what are you doing here, dog? Like, how funny is this? And then if you look at the comments on the YouTube video, it's people are like, oh, they're trying to cover it up, like making it into a joke or whatever.
Right.
Instead of, I don't know, sometimes people are weird. I mean, you're on camera as much as some of these people, like Al Roker, he's a fucking like weatherman for the Good Morning America. Right. Sometimes they're going to do weird shit. I don't know.
So like there are videos you'll see. The one of Cardi B is really weird because she's sitting there talking. They're like, "How do you feel?" She's nominated for 2 Grammys or whatever, and she's such a she's like such a ghetto person, you know. She's like, "Man, I'm just so excited, me," you know, just all this shit.
I know a little.
I've seen that video.
I've seen that.
Completely snaps out. She's like, "Yeah." And then just like freezes and does her mouth all weird and stares off to the right a little bit, which is exactly what Al Roker did. He stared off to the right a little bit. And so there is kind of like, well, what the fuck is that? But at the same time, it's like...
It's Cardi B, though. Like, she's a weird chick anyways.
Cardi B is weird.
I imagine she's hilarious.
And imagine Cardi B and Al Roker doing that same fucking drug. That drug that, like... Well, I mean, you get lost for, like, 3 to 5 seconds at a time. Yeah. You know, maybe twice a high. And so, like, they're on TV and they're like, oh, fuck. That's some badass benzopine. That's that
DMT trip.
Stephen Hawking fire, you know what I mean?
Oh shit. Dude, Stephen Hawking probably grows the best buds, you know what I mean?
He's dead, bro.
Yeah, you said that in the present tense.
I didn't even know he died, dude.
He died last year, didn't he? Last year, was it?
He died it was like this year.
No, it was recently.
It was late 2017.
Yeah, bro. Fucking one of the greatest minds in the world. I know. I tried to get him on the podcast. That's how I found out he was dead.
Right.
I found out the day he died, you guys.
Yeah, he was going to be on the podcast, but he died.
See, I've been doing this thing where I stay off Facebook a little bit more often.
I don't even go on the motherfucker anymore, dude.
Yeah.
TBH.
That's how I usually find out when people die. It's Facebook.
All right. Well, you know what? Good talk. Let's get into this week's topic.
Who else died?
What, recently? Well, it's not Ben Stiller, and that's who we're talking about today. We're going to go over his career. We're going to do a little best stuff, a little worst stuff. Ben Stiller, I picked Ben Stiller because not only does he act, but he also writes and directs. And man, he's directed 6 feature-length films, and I've only seen half of them. But man, there's some good films. So, yeah, I just kind of want to go. Where do you think we should start? Do we do his career? Do we just talk about some of our favorite movies of him?
I think that we should just go through and then talk
I do
about
have,
it as we go.
He's been in a lot of movies, and we don't have time to go through every single movie. Not only that, but I haven't seen every single movie. But we can go. I got like a list here, and I got his IMDb pulled up, and we can kind of go over some of his earlier work. You guys familiar with the Ben Stiller Show? At all?
Not at all.
I've never seen it. So it was only 1 season. It was one of the first things Ben Stiller did. It got canceled, but it's infamously one of those shows that a lot of people look back on and like, wow, this got canceled early. It was ahead of its time. But there was a lot of people that worked on that show. Judd Apatow wrote for that show. Had Andy Dick. Had fucking Bob Odenkirk. A lot of people that went on and did a lot of things. Same thing happened to Dana Carvey had a show like that. Excuse me, and it had.
I feel like his career petered though.
It did. No, yeah, Ben Stiller's went up. Fucking Dana Carvey's did peter. But same with on Dana Carvey, he had fucking Steve Carell and Steve Colbert and shit. Like way before they were on Daily Show and
Right. I saw that documentary advertised. I skipped it. It's
a good documentary. But same thing happened to. To the Ben Stiller Show, and I've actually never seen it. I think you can buy it on Prime. I might have to buy it and just fucking watch. It's 1 season.
Who gets the money for it?
I don't know. Amazon. I don't know. Fucking
Bezos,
dude. I don't know.
Weird question.
But so I just wanted to bring that up just because. Let's go actor, because we can't talk about. I mean. There's some fucking more comedy purists that probably hold that show up in some high regards, you know, oh, you've never seen it, you don't know shit about comedy or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I mean, let me find it real quick. It came out, we were alive, but we were fucking young, dude. 1992. And it's 1 season, you know what I mean? And it's Ben Stiller was the host. It was just a skit show. But
Oh,
figured
nice.
really? Yeah, I think you could probably find some clips on YouTube or something. Maybe we'll have to do that. But the first, I'll try to hit the ones he directed and acted as we're going through them. Because one of the first movie he directed and one of the first movies he was in is called Reality Bites. And that's with Ethan Hawke and fucking Winona Ryder. Has anyone ever seen that? Because I fucking haven't.
No, man.
That's his first movie he directed. Nah, it's like a love triangle or some shit. I'm aware of it, and it's so funny to see I watched the trailer of it, and they're so young, like Ethan Hawke. And fucking Winona Ryder still fucking looks young,
right?
Even today.
Well, Ethan Hawke's got one of them like little faces too.
Yeah,
Little faces.
All right,
does.
Got a little face.
Got
all right.
face.
We'll just fucking cruise on through that one. But one of the next ones is Heavyweights, and this was my introduction to Ben Stiller.
That was his second movie?
Not a second movie, but second
okay.
kind of big role. I mean, he's been in other TV, and he's been in some of these movies. I've never even heard of him. He's been acting since the mid 1980s. He was in an episode of Miami Vice, a movie called Empire of the Sun, and that's got fucking Christian Bale, I think, as like a
pederast? Is he a pervert?
No, it's like about World War II or some shit. I don't know. I've never seen it. Stella, like movies I've never really heard of. I mean, I've heard some of these movies, but I've heard of Miami Vice, obviously, as a show. But Heavyweights, that was like the big one for me. That's I've always known who Ben Stiller was because of Heavyweights. That movie came out in 95. We used to rent that movie all the time, dude. Tony Perkins is such a funny ass character.
So,
Right, I feel like we heard it a
I've never
couple times.
seen that.
Oh, you never seen
What?
Heavyweights?
Tony
I know you've
Perkins,
heard.
where he got the idea to do that in Dodgeball.
It's like the same character.
Yeah,
White,
yeah, it is.
White Goodman and Tony Perkins. Like
You've
the
never,
same.
no, you've seen it.
I watched it.
seen
I
it.
think you
Andrew,
might
I
have
would know if I've
forgotten.
seen
I
it.
think you forgot, dude.
I watched it in the past couple years. It's a fat kid camp. Like these kids this kid goes to camp. It's a fat camp, and it's supposed to be super fun. This is his first year, but then fucking Ben Stiller's character buys it and turns it into like a weight loss camp.
Yeah. Can I be perfectly clear about Alex's his memory?
Yeah.
Okay. So like when I watched it, I wasn't that kind of age where I watch movies alone. You know what I mean? Like me and Alex are a year apart. We definitely watched that movie together a couple times. I don't know why he doesn't remember it.
It's
I
so
have
funny,
Zero
dude.
recollection of that, and the only reason I knew that little bit was because I love Dodgeball so much, and somebody told me that that's the character from, and then he said a movie, and it was obviously Heavyweights.
That's
but I don't
crazy,
remember
bro.
that.
That's
Remember,
crazy.
like, look at the cover and shit, dude. Like, you walking around the fucking Hollywood Video or
Yeah, dude, I have never seen that in my entire
You
life.
have. You totally have.
That's so ridiculous, Andrew. Why would you know more?
That's where I don't know if it. I'm sure it didn't like originate
okay.
in it, but that's where they did the ultimate sit up or
Well,
whatever.
no.
it's called.
To be fair, Alex
Or
was
the
like
impossible
5.
sit
He
up.
was 5 and I was 7.
Yeah, right.
When
right,
the movie
right.
came out, and we probably watched it when he's like 6 and 8.
Right.
But
And see,
like,
the thing is,
yeah,
I
dude.
kept watching it. You know, like
Same.
I watched it when it came out, but
Because
I
it's
watched
a fun movie.
I just it would. I don't know if
Kids
it's
are like hiding
it
the
might
chocolate
even be
bars.
like a Disney movie or something, and it was shown
Yeah.
on TV all the time.
Oh,
but
yeah?
yeah, hiding the chocolate bars and shit. And
No way Alex didn't see it. That's all I'm saying.
It's
That's
just
all
so
I'm saying.
funny because fucking Ben
such a
Stiller's
moot
performance is he's so animated.
I feel
and shit.
I'm being a pedant, you know, but
This is one of my favorite Ben Stiller performances, and it's the same reason why Dodgeball is one of my favorite performances, because it honestly is such a similar character.
Yeah.
Like, it's different name and shit, but it's like a fitness guy that's just kind of fucking out there and like a big try hard or blow hard or whatever the fuck. But, all right, we'll just keep going. Fucking Happy Gilmore,
makes me
dude,
do
which
it well, bro.
he's uncredited in Happy Gilmore, but man. Is that fucking
Really? Okay.
remember he played Happy Gilmore?
Same character.
Dude, every time he's got the fucking handlebar mustache, like he's played a certain character. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I fucking
so funny.
And Happy Gilmore, that was '96. That's another movie I've watched a lot as a kid. Like my
Dude.
first memories kind of coincide with that, and I always knew Ben Stiller from that role as well.
Imagine if he did that character in all of his movies after that too. Like not me myself wrong. Jesus. Good. What's that movie where he? No, not Along Came Polly.
I didn't even
That's a
write
good
that
movie.
on here. I think is
No,
that what you're talking about?
that's a great movie too. No, I was thinking about that.
When did Along Came Polly came out? I don't even have it written on here. What movie are you
Kind
thinking
of acts
about?
like that in the Cable Guy.
What's the one
is the
where he
cable
like
guy.
marries the girl and then after he marries her, she like
Heartbreak Kid?
Heartbreak Kid, yeah. He's like the guy with the mustache in that movie. That's what I was trying to get at, but I'm an
Alright.
idiot and I can't fucking complete thoughts.
I mean,
They can't go together.
Yeah.
he's uncredited in
I lost
Happy
a
Gilmore
neuron.
for some reason, but I feel like he had a decent amount of screen time, and that fucking character was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
You're in my world now, Grandma. Like,
That guy had enough screen time to be a memorable character.
right.
Right.
So he wasn't. He was in the cable. He did a little role in the Cable Guy, but he directed the Cable Guy. And so let's just go over the movies he directed real quick, so I can when we get to him. So he did Reality Bites was his first movie, The Cable Guy, Zoolander, Tropic Thunder, Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Zoolander 2. And Tropic Thunder is probably my favorite, but The Cable Guy is really fucking good too.
Cable
and
Guy
it
is
was
really good.
I think
it went
a lot of that credit
under
goes
the
to
fucking Jim Carrey. Fuck yeah, it went under the fucking radar.
It
That
goes
movie-
to Jim Carrey, but at the same time, if he directed it, it's got to know he directed it. I knew he was the friend,
Right.
right? But if he directed it, like
No, it's a weird dark because
Ben Still, that's eye opening kind of.
no, because what happened with that movie is because I was fucking Jim Carrey wasn't like huge yet, but he was getting there, and I think this came out after Ace Ventura, so people are like, oh, it's a wacky ass Jim Carrey movie, and it's not, dude. It's fucking weird and dark. Like it's
No,
Ben,
he's a
and that's Ben Stiller, I think, at like directing and writing, like at his finest. I haven't seen all of his movies, but The Cable Guy is definitely a fucking weird, funny. It's funny, but in a really dark way. And Jim Carrey's performance is just fucking phenomenal. I mean, it really cements him as being a really not just a funny animated guy,
actor.
but yeah, as he could play.
Well, and see, that's the thing I've always had a qualm with comedy actors is people don't really give them enough credit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey,
Especially
yeah.
Jim
Well, yeah, and Ben Stiller too, because Ben Stiller's done some. More
100%.
recently, he's done a lot more serious roles, and he's a good
Sure.
actor too. But yeah, Jim Carrey is probably the best example of like a comedic actor that can actually act really fucking good.
I
I
mean,
think,
the
and
Majestic,
the reason-
Adam Sandler's that way too.
I think the reason that comedic actors don't get the credit that other actors do is because they don't inspire the feelings that drama does,
right.
that tragedy does. And so if an actor is only making you laugh, well, people just take laughs for granted. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah, Jim Carrey's had a fucking hell of a career. We should have done Jim Carrey, huh? Let's switch
well,
this.
Jim Carrey's fucking crazy too. Like, did he kill his girlfriend? I don't think so. But
Oh fuck, dude! Did you watch that documentary about Jim Carrey?
It was about Andy
Warhol.
Right?
No, it wasn't.
No.
it wasn't.
No, it was about the Man on the Moon. Not Andy Warhol's the Harold.
Andy Warhol's like Andy Dick. Oh, you're gonna edit this part out?
Yeah, Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
You guys want to see me suck on this thing?
No, I'm gonna edit it to where he's like, oh,
Dude, I wanted to say that
I'm gonna-
earlier, but it wouldn't have made any sense.
No, I'm gonna edit it to where Alex is like, oh, was it Andy Warhol? And I'm gonna go Andy Kaufman. Like I'm gonna edit all that middle part out, make it seem like I knew it right away.
Andy Kaufman.
No. Do it like this. It was Andy Kaufman. Like a total
Yeah,
name.
just start. Actually, it was Andy Kaufman.
Oh, yeah,
dumbass.
yeah.
Andy Warhol was a famous painter in the '60s.
Right, my bad.
Fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You know what they say about people that don't retain information very well? They have small
fucking
penises. Alex, you have a small penis.
Actually, in Greek and Roman times, they considered the smaller the penis, the more intellectual the person, and that's why they actually made fun of big penis people back.
I remember looking at pictures of like Statue David and shit when
Dude,
I was
he's
a
gonna
little
edit it
kid, and I thought that's just what dicks look like because I had a little dick when I was 6, and I look at these pictures like Statue
Right.
David, I'm like, oh, dicks are little.
Dicks are little.
Some dicks are. Like,
No, all sculptors are children.
yeah, right.
That sounds about right.
But now I'm like, why is his dick so little?
No, that's the reason, though.
That's crazy.
You can Google it.
That's just someone
You
who's
can Google it.
who's
We know
gonna-
now.
That's
It's
like
Googleable.
someone who's just has a lot of power with a small dick decides to fucking
You know what?
like, you know what?
That's like the
actually
thing.
people
That's
with
the
big
thing.
dicks are dumb.
No, yeah, people with big dicks take everything for granted. People with small dicks, they got drive.
Ooh. There
Passion.
might actually be. Dude, I mean,
Big things
we
in a
should
little
do
package.
a podcast on ancient Rome because there's a lot of fascinating things about ancient Rome.
I bet we'd fuck it all up.
I'll just
as
listen to
fast as
hardcore history
possible.
about
no
it.
shit.
I bet we'd
When
fuck
Julius
it up.
Caesar
Yeah.
entered the battlefield.
And that's when Stannis Baratheon.
No, what are you doing?
Stannis Baratheon.
I was doing a bit.
Oh, you were doing a bit?
Smack dab in the middle one.
Smack dab
Sorry,
in the
dude. If
middle
it's
of a
not
bit.
funny, I don't even notice.
I'll smack dab in the middle of a bit. Stupid.
Here I am, smack dab in the middle of a bit. Like,
Have you guys seen
fucking hate you.
There's Something About Mary?
Yeah.
Have you
Guys,
seen
There's
what?
Something About Mary. That's the next one on here.
Oh, wait, no, you have to. Hey, hold on.
Are we done talking about Cable Guy?
No, you need to come back in and, like, his name is.
Robert
He's not
Paulson?
editing all of that.
Robert Paulson? What do you mean he's not editing all that?
He's only editing the parts that we're talking right now and the parts earlier, but all that shit was gonna stay.
Yeah, dude, but I came out.
I'm leaving it in there, dude. It's fucking juicy. All right, there's something about Mary. Definitely can't be his first starring role.
I fucking hate you so much.
But it's not his first starring role, but it's got to be like one of his first big roles.
Yeah.
It was 1998.
obviously, but
No,
Jim
Zoolander was
Carrey,
later.
he was
Actually,
one hell of
the
an
reason why it
actor.
says that right there, and I wanted to talk about it, I got it written down right here. So Zoolander originally appeared as a skit for the VH1 Fashion Awards in 1996. I watched the video. He does the blue steel joke, where it's like the same look over and over with different names. So fucking Zoolander predated, like the movie Zoolander came out fucking 2001 or something. So he had that character.
that's awesome.
Or the character was created for a little skit, and I guess it was so good that he decided to make a fucking movie. And that's one of the movies he directed, wrote, directed. But
People have done that, I guess.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Night of the Roxbury.
well,
was an
I didn't
SNL
even know.
sketch.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that
Boneheads.
Zoolander came
Yo,
from.
I never watched that one that was supposed to be like MacGyver. That
MacGruber?
SNL guy, MacGruber.
I've
yeah.
seen it. It's fucking funny.
Is it
dude.
funny? I never watched
It's
it.
fucking
I
ridiculous.
wanted to.
It is really funny, dude. It's so fucking funny. The end of that movie.
Vicky, fine, Pepsuber. Okay, let's get to work on this
Dude,
bad boy.
The end of that movie,
After
at the very
this?
end, it's like they're at a wedding, right? And then
Yeah.
the fucking bad guy, Val Kilmer, like they thought he was dead, but he's not. And he comes up at the wedding and like to shoot him or kill him. And they're having the wedding like at the edge of this cliff, and so they're fighting or whatever. And fucking MacGruber like throws Val Kilmer off the edge of the cliff. And then as he's falling, he starts like grabs a gun and starts like shooting him, like fuck you, and he like grabs a rocket launcher, like shoots the like and probably some other weapons and shit. And then he like
Jesus
takes his
Christ.
dick out and like pisses on it.
That's how you dominate an enemy.
Yeah.
You piss on their corpse.
It's so fucking funny, dude. MacGruber's pretty funny. It's ridiculous, but I'm surprised they even fucking made it. But
Right.
all right, so something about Mary. It's a
damn.
Fairly Brothers movie. I feel like that really fucking
I feel like everybody
Kinda
just brings up
cements
the
it.
cum in the hair.
the cum in the hair.
It's the only thing people fucking
The
talk
fu-
about with
the
that movie.
the
And
dick-
it
the
annoys
beginning,
me
though,
because
the-
the movie's got a lot of funny parts.
the zipper,
Right.
the dick zipper thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Honey, come take a look at this. Fireman.
It was
What
like,
does
yeah,
it say?
yeah.
How do you get the plums over the
No, how do
banana?
you get the beans
Bro?
over the beans over the Frank?
Yeah, the beans over the break. I'm all fucked up. Plums over banana.
Fucking, yeah.
I'm trying to eat right. Sorry.
That shit, and they show it for a second. You wonder if they're gonna show it. And they show it, you're like, like, oh, my god. And then he's like doing the count, like ripping off the band-aid. And it's like 3, 2, and then it fucking like cuts. We got a bleeder. It's like, oh my god, dude, how fucking.
Why didn't we
painful
name
would
this
that be?
podcast "The Beans Over the Franks"?
Beans over the Franks. That's a good name. No, you're right though. Everyone does talk about the cum in the hair, but my
It's
favorite.
annoying.
And that's
It's
not
annoying.
even the funniest part.
One of
Not
my
at all.
yeah, I think one of the funniest parts is when he picks up that hitchhiker that ends up, and then he's like,
There's so many funny
he's
parts.
getting
Tells
interrogated,
somebody.
and the cop thinks that he killed the person that the hitchhiker actually killed. He thinks that Ben Stiller. It's like, so how many has this been? What, hitchhikers? Who keeps count? You know, I mean, like over there.
And the guy's sweating. Dude, but the best part in that
You got a special bond with this bush?
in that interaction is when he's like, it's called 7-minute abs. And he's going on about 7-minute abs, and he's like, well, yeah, until somebody comes out with 6-minute abs. And he's like, does that like thing that he did in what movie? Dumb
and Dumber when he drinks his
And
piss.
say, yeah, that's what that reminds me. And then he looks at him. No, it's not 6-minute abs. It's 7. How are you gonna do it in 6 minutes? He just freaks out, bro. That was such a good performance. I love that.
6.5 minute abs. You know.
Yeah, special bond with this bush.
Oh fuck.
I love There's Something About Mary, dude. And then like the whole movie's talking about her ex is Dan, and then it ends up being fucking Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Is that-
No. It was,
it was
Brett.
Brett. Yeah, Brett Favre.
Brett.
No. Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And then at the very end,
Well, no,
what
her-
about Brett? He's not a Niner fan or something like that.
Yeah. Fuck,
Oh
dude.
shit, that must have got you rock hard.
Yeah, dude. I
Rock
was
hard. I'm a
full
Niners
throttled.
fan.
Yeah.
I was way. I ejaculated.
Could you imagine if like your girlfriend was always talking about her ex and you just first name basis? It's
Right.
like,
That would
fucking
suck.
meet him.
Dwayne.
It's like-
Oh, my ex, Dwayne. And then
Yeah.
you finally meet him. It's The Rock. You're like,
The
oh, fuck.
Rock Johnson?
Something
Don't compare yourself. You immediately think that I would do that because I am doing that.
I want to tell you something I never told anybody. but when I grabbed him, my thumb did not touch my other fingers.
Big motherfucker, dude. That's probably one of my favorite. I think there's something about Mary. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's probably one of my favorite Stiller movies, and it's probably my favorite Farrelly Brothers movie.
Dude, what about Dylan?
Matt Dillon, dude.
Right. Oh, Matt Dillon's good.
Yeah, that was the first time I think I saw Matt Dillon.
He's a racist in Traffic.
Oh, that sucks. No, I love Matt Dillon in that fucking movie. Matt Dillon,
so great.
Cameron Diaz is great in that movie. Fucking
yeah, she moved to Japan. She gained like 400 pounds. She lost a leg. He's like going on about all this shit. As he's going on, he's like, well, you know, a few 100 pounds, that's no big deal. Well, it's gonna be kind of hard to get around. Why is that? Oh, you didn't know? She doesn't have a leg. She's rocking a wheelchair.
Dude, I love that movie because
she's busted.
Because, like, you got, like, the two other guys are such fucking scumbags compared to Ben Stiller's character. You're like,
right.
You want Ben Stiller's character. At first, you think that Tucker guy, like, all right, this guy's, like, obviously a rich, pompous douchebag. But he's also disabled. So, you know, you feel bad for him at first. He's like, turns out to be a pizza guy.
Dude. Man, I just work at the pizza shop, man. Dude, but how did he get that office?
You want to hear something funny about that?
I don't even know.
Oh, shit. Plot hole.
Right? That movie's 1 out of 10. Pause.
This just became a theory, V. No, what the fuck was I going to say? Such an idiot.
Fucking big dick fuck over here. Dumb.
Big touch the other
dick
fingers.
Fuck, you fucking moronic, fat dick having motherfucker.
You moronic, fat dick having badass.
What are you gonna pull up on your motorcycle in your leather jacket and steal our girls? Dumb.
Fucking dummy.
You have to have 80 IQ to ride this ride.
I have more. Sorry.
80's like retarded.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go. Let's move on to the next movie. This is another one of my faves that probably flies under the radar. Mystery Men. Did you guys see Mystery Men?
I love that movie.
I loved it. I have seen it kind of recently. I want to say in the past like 4 years or so. It was on Netflix or something. But I'm surprised they haven't, because like when they came out, it wasn't in the middle of all these fucking superhero movies the way they are now. Like now, I feel like it's even more ripe for a movie like Mystery Men, right?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm feeling like, for me, superheroes are going the way of zombies. Like, it's like, take it fucking easy. Like,
I'd say that they're like the
like,
modern
take it easy for 10 years.
They're like the modern day westerns, but man, they make a lot of fucking money. But
everything makes money these days.
I feel like they've gotten so much better compared to like the early 2000s.
I watched a great western recently, and it had Ben
Stiller.
No, who was the actor you named earlier?
Chuck Norris.
Andy Warhol.
Yes. No, Christian Bale.
It was Christian Bale.
Yeah,
and it had,
I know what you're talking about.
Ben
Affleck.
Shapiro.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking destroyed him.
And the left would want you to believe that...
Can you imagine Ben Shapiro in a western?
Well, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, if the government's going to be a part of this company, this country, then they need to be in the West.
We're just trying to fucking rustle up some horses, man. Like,
no, that's not what you're doing. You came into my bank.
He wouldn't be a fucking banker. Jesus, that's the... All right, we got the racist check mark for this fucking episode.
What, Jewish people are bankers?
Who would have thought?
In the West.
Oh, no, because they own the rights to the TV.
Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. Dude.
No.
I
don't
even see color.
Did not happen.
It's a Western with Christian Bale and...
Ben Foster.
Jesus
Christ,
Ben Foster. We should do Ben Foster.
I don't even know who Ben Foster is.
He took a shit on the floor of that movie, Alpha Dog.
He did take a shit on the floor of that movie, Alpha Dog. Now, you know Ben Foster, dude. He's one of the best actors.
He's in a lot of stuff.
He's just like, he flies under the radar.
Yeah.
He doesn't like star in movies.
This is
Red Rim
the
dies.
9th time I've heard Ben Foster and said, I don't know who Ben Foster... The 9th time.
The 9th time.
Hey, Alex, have you ever seen that movie Heavyweights?
Yeah, he's in it.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that. With
yeah.
The guy, Tony Perkins was the guy's name, right?
You do have a memory like a vice.
No, you know who was in Heavyweights, though?
Tell me.
Keenan Thompson.
Really?
A very young Keenan.
Camp. Yeah,
very young Keenan Thompson. And also...
Token black kid.
Also, the fat goalie from Mighty Ducks is in it. Which, if you remember in D2, the Mighty Ducks, Keenan Thompson joins the hockey team.
I love how you said, if you remembered, and it was like... No, I
no idea.
I didn't.
I love Mighty Ducks, dude. I wish Ben Stiller was in this so we could talk about it.
I should
Ben Foster's an amazing actor.
If I have
what
the
are you
skill-
saying right here?
The face.
Honestly, he's a good looking cat.
What do you mean
He's
the
a
face?
good-looking cat. He's a good-looking cat. But
He got
but
to
he's
play a
redheaded.
Nazi Jew in Alpha Dog, which
know.
is super fun.
Me and Sarah were talking today because I've been talking to my girlfriend about incels because I'm just so fucking fascinated by incels.
Right.
I don't want to have the podcast hijacked by incels, but I was talking to Sarah today about like attraction.
That's not bad, Foster.
And like having like incels think that like they don't get girls because they have like soft chins or whatever.
Right.
And
They do.
so I brought up how Marilyn Manson gets pussy, and so me and Sarah were talking about that, and how the hell can somebody who looks like Marilyn Manson?
So you be a
Well,
rock
because
star.
he's a rock star. Yeah, that's like duh.
Rock stars get pussy. Look at
Right.
fucking what's that guy from
But then guys that look like Marilyn Manson
well,
do.
Mick Jagger or fucking
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Aerosmith guy.
Like
Oh, shit.
like Marilyn Manson went and made that look sexy, and then guys that look like Marilyn Manson get pussy.
I don't know about that.
I don't know enough people that look like Marilyn Manson.
Why no girls that like Marilyn Manson so much?
I know one girl. Her name's Gina,
Gina
Roberts.
loved Marilyn Manson. She thought I looked like Marilyn Manson. I never hit
and
it.
she fucked Jake.
No, she did. I
I
disavow.
know what you're talking about. But Mystery Man, dude. Have you
I've
seen it,
only
dude?
seen it
Dude,
one time
fucking
a long
it's
time.
got what's that guy's?
He barely cared that I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna have to look him
So
up.
have you
real
seen
quick.
it? And I start to say no. He's like, dude, okay, check
Well,
this out.
honestly, Alex, that's what you say about everything.
Do you
I've
know
never
what
seen
it is? Do you know what it is? It's like
I know. Yeah, he has like he doesn't really have.
Dude, he's
a
Ben
fucking
Stiller's
superhero power
he's
the whole
Mr.
time.
Furious, dude.
Yeah, he's
and his
Mr. Furious.
superpower is he gets fucking angry, dude. It's so fucking
He's
funny.
like a construction worker.
Yeah, and then it's got Hank Azaria as
Yep.
Blue Raja, and he throws forks or some shit. Is it
Yeah,
fork?
spoons,
Spoon.
spoons.
I think he throws fork. I think he accidentally throws a spoon one time because it like bounces off. And then fucking William H. Macy is the shoveler. Kel Mitchell from fucking Keenan and Kel. Speaking of fucking Keenan Thompson. Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, and he farts. Like his farts like will knock you out and shit. It's just fucking funny, dude. It's super funny.
ridiculous.
And like Kel Mitchell, Invisible Boy, he can only turn invisible if no one's looking at him.
Yeah, and
Fucking Janine
and
Garofalo.
Slipknot can climb anything.
Yeah, he's a man that Slipknot shows up in it. The Mystery Man, he fits in the Mystery Man a lot better. Suicide Squad.
Fucking can't climb a goddamn thing.
There's a part. Actually, there's a part in Mystery
He
Man.
can climb anything with all this technology.
There's a part in Mystery Man where
He
fucking Ben Stiller has to like climb to get. It's like right at the. It's like the fucking finale climax.
Yeah.
He's got to climb on this wall to get up to his balcony. Dude, Slipknot would have fucking got up there in a
Right.
second.
That's right.
Dude.
Quickness.
The
That's
fucking
right.
movie would have been over hella quick.
Yo,
Dude.
if only he didn't die on that stupid ass mission that didn't need to happen.
I like.
I live in the water. Y'all are just tourists.
I like in Mystery Men, this guy, Captain Amazing, played by Greg Kinnear, he's like the good fucking superhero that they're all trying to aspire to be. His outfit's got a bunch of like logos, like sponsorships, kind of like a NASCAR.
Sure.
And he purposely gets a guy out of prison because he's running out of like enemies. So he gets this guy like early release just so he can have a new enemy, like a villain.
Yeah.
And the dude captures him. And fucking puts Captain Amazing in like this chair, like an electric chair, and the Mystery Men go to save him, and they accidentally fucking turn it on.
Yeah.
and it like electrocutes him to death and shit. It's so
my God.
funny. It's so fucking funny, dude. I love Mystery Men, dude. And it's not it's not like the funniest fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like there's parts of it that are really funny.
Sure.
And
it might be dated.
It's dated, and that's where the Smash Mouth fucking song came from. All Star, like the music video for All Star is like scenes from that movie. And there's a part in Mystery Men where they're having like tryouts, so they're having this backyard birthday party or whatever, and people are coming in. And in the music video, it's like that, and Dane Cook is in it. And he's the waffler or some shit, or the toaster. So it's funny. It is dated though, but that's where, like, because when you think All Star, you think Shrek, right? But that was like a couple.
Dane
years,
Cook, huh?
That was like a couple years later.
See, it's funny because obviously we heard All Star before Shrek came out.
Right. Yeah.
So
it was yeah.
we have a different idea, I think.
Yeah,
about
but now,
what that
yeah,
is than most
kids,
people.
yeah, or even if you don't remember it, because it was only a couple years later. But when they used All Star for Shrek, it was just like a placeholder. Like they were just, put that song on there, and then we'll figure out what we'll use later. But it worked so well, they decided to go ahead and use it. But it came from Mystery Men. It was on the original soundtrack of Mystery Men, like
that's
music
crazy.
videos back in like the 90s.
Eddie
and shit,
Izzard is in that?
The only good Smash Mouth song, in my opinion, is "Walking on the
Yeah,
Sun."
it's Tony P.
I actually
One
like.
of the bad
Might
guys.
as well be walking on the sun.
No, you remember in the 90s,
Might as well.
fucking,
I
there's a
liked
lot
it.
of, or even in the 80s and shit, a lot of tie-in music videos
Yeah.
that were released with movies.
Coke, I liked it.
Yeah. So that was
good
that's
thing that happened.
that's probably the most notable thing about fucking Mystery Men. But I almost wish they could that they didn't make it back then. And if they made it right now, it'd be
You just
fucking.
need to like.
Isn't it funny how we wish things like oh man, I wish they would have just stopped Heroes after season 1. And I wish they would have made a second Mystery Man. And, I wish that they had done Star Wars different.
I wish they didn't cancel Firefly.
Yeah, I wish they didn't cancel
cancel
Firefly
Firefly.
or Angel
Yeah.
after season 5.
I wish it didn't hurt when I come.
Oh God,
Oh, burn.
I wish I didn't contract herpes.
Oh no!
It was with a man too. Have you guys seen Keeping the Faith?
No.
Ed Norton, Ben Stiller.
Ooh! I have. I know a little bit about it for never seeing it. I know that Ben Stiller wins.
Of course, because he's so much better than Ed Norton, right?
Well,
And
he's
better
not a
looking.
priest. He's not a priest.
One was a priest, one was a rabbi. I don't remember which one's which.
Edward Norton's the priest.
And okay, Ben Stiller does.
It makes sense because one of them. You know what? We made some Jew jokes earlier, and they're probably not
Say it, Andrew,
appropriate.
He's got a big nose.
Yeah,
No, he's Jewish. That's all I was gonna say.
he's Jewish. Oh yeah, he's Jewish. It would make more sense.
Makes a lot of
than
sense.
Fucking Ed
I
Norton
don't get it.
Was the rabbi.
Globalist.
I think I've seen it. But
Florence making your kids gay.
I know what it's about. Who's the chick that they're even fighting after? What?
Oh, she's
what
a
actor is
famous
that?
actress, but I cannot remember her name. Like I said, I didn't see it.
I clicked on her.
I just Sarah saw it and she told me about it.
Jenna Elfman.
Edward Norton dyed his hair. He's
Jenna
blonde in that movie.
Yeah, he is blonde in the movie.
How funny! It's his only romantic rom com he's ever been in.
Oh,
Dyes
the
his
chick
hair.
from Dharma and Greg. Yeah,
It's almost like he didn't want anyone to know he was in it.
yeah. Look at him. Look
Yeah,
at him.
I'll
Look at
do
his
the
blonde ass
movie.
hair. Yeah, I'll do it. All right, we'll skip
do
over
it.
that. And here's a big Ben Stiller role coming up, dude. Meet the Parents, dude.
Dude, I know everything there is to know about.
I know he's a big fan. Are you a big fan of the whole series?
Huge fan of the
I
whole
didn't
series.
I did put little fuckers on here, so we'll go through all of them. But let's,
I like Robert De Niro, so
I liked Meet the Parents, and I probably would like it on rewatch. I wasn't a fan of Meet the Fockers, and I've never seen Little Fuckers.
well, it's like
Dude, Meet
it was.
the Fockers was so good.
Meet the Fockers was originally a caricature of all the characters, right? Whereas when you watch Meet the Parents, it's
it's like a more real.
you're watching them. You're watching them. It's just a different experience because you're watching a rom-com standalone, and then when you watch the second one, it's they're just all characters of themselves. Like the dad he's like, I trust you after the end of Meet the Parents, but he's like, I don't fucking trust him again,
Right.
And then
Yeah,
and
it
the
kinda
parents are
diminishes,
just
the whole-
super
whole fucking-
liberal and
Well, no,
Yeah.
he does trust
They're
him, but he
almost
just doesn't
swingers.
really like him. Like when the baby is there and he's like, don't infantilize him, and he's just kind of being a dick. It's just he doesn't really like him. that
Right,
much.
right.
But in Meet the Fockers, the important, the key thing is the roles played by Dustin Hoffman.
circle of trust.
The circle of trust. And so when you get there and you meet Greg's parents and you find out this is where he came from.
Right.
I conceived him with only one testicle.
I have the testosterone of a bull. Yeah.
You should the libido of something or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
she's
you're really
how
familiar
about a
with
matinee? And they start making out right there.
you're really familiar with these movies.
Oh yeah.
All right, so what's next?
No, you know what I did want to say though. It's
Dude,
a little dated about Meet the Parents is there's a huge gag. There's a running gag in that movie that he's a male nurse. Right now, you're like, that's a good job, dude.
right.
That's a really
You're-
good fucking
you're a
job.
male
It's a
nurse.
fine job, yeah.
But yeah, there's the whole the opening of the movie. The dude wakes up from surgery or something, and fucking Greg is over there and he's like, oh, and then he says something, and he's like, oh, I'm not the doctor. Doctor will be with you in a minute. I'm the nurse. And then it's like, hardy har har. Look at this queer bag.
Right.
Fucking male nurse. Wouldn't even doesn't even want to tell people he's a male nurse and shit.
right.
I don't know. It's just kind of funny. It's there's nothing wrong with being a male nurse.
No, there's not.
Maybe in
I
the-
get it though, right?
I mean, I get it as a joke, but it's dated. It's all right.
I love
male
the.
nurse,
I love Meet the Parents when they fucking roll up and he's like, green, huh? They say geniuses choose green. He's like, yeah, it's a rental.
No,
It's- or what
he
does
does
say?
it like this. He says, did you pick this color? And he's like, oh, no, I just told him I'd take whatever. He's like, oh, green's a good color. Yeah, geniuses pick green. And he just kind of walks away. It was like,
You know what's dumb is he doesn't get the car insurance when he rents the car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who the fuck doesn't do that, dude? Who the fuck doesn't do
I'm
that?
just trying to rip you off.
No, they're not. Like, what happens if someone runs into you, you run into someone else? Like, you have insurance on your own car. I know it's the law, but you're thankful you have it. And then, of course, this fucking window gets broken. Like, see that come from a mile away. But who the fuck doesn't pay? It's like $10, dude.
Doesn't he try to like get a different cat to replace the old cat?
Yeah, he does. Oh my god, he does. I like Meet the Parents. And that part where they're playing pool volleyball, and like he starts getting into. He's like, I'm gonna, especially because like Owen Wilson's there. It's his ex. And he's way more impressive. So he fucking gets up. He's like, oh god, and he like spikes, and it fucking like breaks that girl's nose.
Isn't it his girlfriend?
No,
it's like
a different girl, like
his sister or something.
Sister.
Yeah. And it's just like he like comes up the water,
Greg?
like. And he like looks over. Yeah, I was like, "What the hell, Greg?
What the fuck? What is your deal? What is your problem?" Yeah,
it's like the opposite of Wedding Crashers, where they're like,
just a game.
where they're playing football.
Yeah,
they're like,
exactly.
they're playing football a little bit too hard.
Yeah,
It's like they're just like Greg thinks he's gonna fucking impress people by being awesome at fucking pool volleyball.
Right.
Well, yeah, like
I love that Owen Wilson's such a like. Oh yeah, he like becomes a carpenter because Jesus was a carpenter and shit. It's like and he's like so impressive.
Yeah,
fucking.
He's like, I just like to shoot it from the hip, like my man JC from the top of the mount.
I love. Okay, but speaking of Owen Wilson, they collab a lot, dude. There's a lot of fucking roles,
of course,
where they're and they have fucking great chemistry. They do some Wes Anderson movies together and shit. Like, fucking great fucking chemistry, dude. Owen Wilson's a great actor, but they can.
Well, and Owen's tried directing too. To be fair,
Tenenbaums.
That's coming up. Coming up.
Well, yeah, Owen's a little bit drier, and I think
that movie was hard to watch.
I think Wes
Anderson movies can be, man.
Given what I know about Owen Wilson, I think he's got like an idea of where he wanted his career to be, and he's sort of trapped in the Owen Wilson. Wow. Like he can't break from wow,
Meet the
and
Parents.
it breaks him. It like ruins him.
They're getting a new house or whatever,
and he says,
and
"Wow."
He pulls up and he goes, wow, it's got nice bones or something like
got
that.
Good
right?
bones.
Wow.
The motherfucker gets eaten,
some good
eaten by an
bones.
anaconda in the hit film Anaconda.
He gets his head taken off. He gets his
2002
head.
Anaconda.
His head gets taken off in the movie The Haunting. Or whatever.
I know. I remember when I was
He's like
a kid.
the only guy you like.
I was like, yeah, dude.
Right at the very end, the statue on a fucking chain.
He's
is like,
the only guy that fucking dies. I remember,
Stupid.
like
Weird,
being a
stupid.
kid. I watched The Haunting and Anaconda. I was like, I like this fucking actor. Why does he keep dying?
Just been hanging out with Sean Bean a lot. These are the rules you need to take.
It's just almost it turns around and sees a statue. Oh wow!
Oh wow!
His fucking. I hope his last words are "wow." Like I hope like
Wow.
when
He's
he's
like,
like,
guys like this.
90 years old, and then he's like, "Oh wow, wow."
He feels his heart stop.
Yeah.
Oh, wow!
I think
love-
this is the real deal. Wow.
in the compilation that you can watch of Owen Wilson's Wow,
The meow wow.
they're cat wow.
Cat
it's
wow.
Like, it's like wow. Like,
Wow.
All right, we gotta.
what a signature line.
All right, let's get to the fucking magnum opus. Directed, written, starring Ben Stiller.
Right.
2001's, maybe it's 2002's. Zoolander.
Oh,
Save some pussy for the rest of us.
Don't
without a
like
doubt.
Zoolander.
I love the beginning where they're like having a water fight
I like
with the
gas
gasoline.
fight. That's just fun. There's funny parts in the movie. I think overall, I just
All right. No, that's
even
fair.
when I was
It's
a
fair.
kid, when I was a kid when this came out.
You know
I
who
just,
loves that movie more than anyone I've ever met in my entire life?
Steven.
Second.
Dude.
I was gonna say Ben Stiller, but
No, Ben Stiller doesn't like that movie.
no, I just not a big fan of it. I understand it's funny, but like,
I enjoyed it. I probably won't watch Zoolander 2.
Dude, everybody loves the files are in the computer. You can make a friend quoting that part of the movie.
yeah, that's true.
You can straight up meet a stranger,
Do
quote
you have
that
a lot
part,
to, I
and
did write
connect.
about. Do you have a lot to say about Zoolander? Because honestly, I just don't, dude. Like,
Not really. I like the. I think the
love
sex
Will
scene is
Ferrell's
funny when she's like, I was bulimic, and they're like, you could read minds.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I thought that was funny, but then I haven't seen it since I was,
I definitely
you know,
wanna
a
watch it.
dumb kid.
Will Ferrell, he stole the show, mate. He stole the show.
What do you mean
Will
he
Ferrell.
stole the show?
He stole the show. He was
I don't think
fucking
he did.
amazing. He upstaged everybody.
I don't fucking think
the
he
entire
did.
time. He did it.
All right, Zoolander done.
All
Royal
right,
Tenenbaums.
good.
We're not talking about it. He's in it. It's a Wes Anderson movie. Whatever. Along Came Polly. We don't even talk about that.
Wes
one.
Anderson's
Paul,
a
he's
bitch.
amazing, dude. Rest in
Wait.
peace.
don't think I've ever seen a Long King Polly.
Iceman, make it rain.
All I know is
Philip Seymour
the Philip
Hoffman.
Seymour, the sharded part. That's the only thing I know about that movie.
Dude, I fucking sharded.
When they're playing basketball together.
That's
oh
what
my
I was
God,
doing.
dude.
Iceman, make it rain. Make it rain. Missing
He's
every
screaming,
shot.
and it's bad. Like not even close. And then Ben Stiller is D'ing up against this guy that has his shirt off and he's super hairy.
I've seen that in the trailer.
And he
Yeah,
puts his hands up and it's like it just smears all, and the sweat gets in his mouth. And he's like this really nervous person. Like he dabs off his pizza grease to eat it, and he knows.
Well,
all
that's
these
so he doesn't
statistics
shit his
about
pants.
death. No, it's because he knows. Anyway, it doesn't.
You
matter.
remember later
just
when he's having the Indian food?
Yeah. No, I'm fine. Can I use your bathroom for a second?
that reminds me. There's like a
wrecks it.
Family Guy where Peter's like at work. He's like, oh, every day I call Joe at fucking whatever, and I explain scene or Quagmire, and he explains scene by scene of Along Came Polly. It's like Quagmire sitting on TV, like watching, like talking on the phone. He's like, you remember how earlier he said he didn't like Indian food? Well, or spicy food? Well, guess what's for dinner?
Look, guess what's for dinner?
All right, real quick too. I don't want to talk a whole lot about this movie, but speaking of Owen Wilson, Starsky and Hutch.
That's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I really
Let's skip
enjoyed
it.
it.
'Cause
Shit
I want to
movie.
talk because we're running long here. I want to talk about Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. That's the best fucking movie.
Is that
I seriously watched that movie
think
14 times
yeah,
when I rented it for one day.
I'm not gonna get through the rest of this list, dude. I think Dodgeball
Maybe
is my
3 days.
favorite Ben Stiller movie.
Absolutely.
Tropic Thunder.
Dodgeball.
Sorry, guys.
I love Tropic Thunder too.
Tropic Thunder is great.
Tropic
but
Thunder is my
Dodgeball-
favorite movie. Directed by Ben Stiller.
Wow,
and
look at him flip the fucking script.
I
so
no,
quick.
I love Dodgeball so much.
Take a
dude.
Dodgeball,
There's
take a
so much. There's so
Dodgeball.
much.
So
funny
many
things about
qualifiers with
Tropic
Jake's
Thunder and
explanation.
Dodgeball. Like you could pick one or the other. Honestly, I pick Dodgeball. You pick Tropic Thunder. I ain't mad at that, dude. Because those two are my favorite. Because Dodgeball or Tropic Thunder would be number 2 for me.
Dodgeball's
Easily.
more quotable. There's like
Right.
bold strategy, Con. We'll see how it works out.
Bullshit.
I feel like
Dude, and that
fucking.
was the beginning of his career as far as a lot of people knowing who Jason Bateman
Dude,
is.
Bateman's been around
Bateman
for
been
a
around.
fat minute.
Yo,
bro.
dog, he was in
But did you
Teen
know-
Wolf 2, dog.
Did you
Like,
know
yeah.
that he was around before that movie? I mean, did you even know who
You
he
mean
was
when
in
I
that
was
movie?
an idiot kid? Did I know? No,
I don't know. When did Arrested Development come out?
But
feel
if I had been like a year older, no,
He's 1 year older.
I don't know. No, I get it.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to see very well, Cotton.
But dude, and while I love that character, honestly, I didn't really get into Jason Bateman as an
I used
actor.
to bait it to Bateman.
You used to bait to Bateman.
I used to bait to Bateman.
Same.
Well, I do now, but I never did before.
I've always baited to Bateman.
No, I started baiting to Bateman in
Extract
Smoking
was what did it for me.
Aces.
Oh,
His character in Smoking
pimples and
Aces,
shit?
he's like, yeah, dude, he's so funny talking
His
like
herpes and shit?
hereditary alcoholism. You know, he's like in his underwear, just talking.
neurotic.
That's how my life is. How you guys doing,
You get, like the way his voice, the way his voice sounds, like Jesus.
dude? Have you guys started watching Ozark?
Yeah,
I watched first
finished
episode.
the first season.
Oh,
Does it
fuck.
get better?
Very
First
good.
episodes.
It gets better in my opinion.
It was just
I thi-
boring.
I
It was
think
just boring.
really good.
Like I wanted to watch it.
I
disavow, like, a huge backlog.
So
All right,
times you
Dodgeball,
gonna do that
best,
today?
best Ben Stiller movie.
3
Meet
times.
the Fockers, okay, Ben Stiller movie.
everything's better in threes.
Madagascar. Anyone want to talk about Madagascar?
No.
All right. Heartbreak Kid, funny, whatever.
He did play a zebra. or
Heartbreak Kid's
something
probably my
named
least
Alex.
favorite. No,
He did play
honestly,
a
I'm
character
surprised
named
you guys
Alex
didn't
in
bring up
Madagascar.
Tenacious D.
Shut the
All right, it's right here.
Did
Tenacious
you
D.
say something?
Tenacious D. Pick a D. It's a cameo though, but it's a very good
very
cameo.
good,
It's a
yeah.
fucking very good cameo.
It is.
Pick a destiny.
What were you saying? Sorry, Alex.
I was just saying that he played a guy named Alex in Madagascar, and I really
Tropic
liked that.
Thunder.
okay.
But it probably didn't get
Tropic
heard 'cause
Thunder,
it was,
amazing.
You know, you
I-
so
Right.
It's Tropic Thunder. I think is the best one he directed and wrote. Cable Guy's second. Zoolander, I guess, is third. Because I've never seen Reality Bites, Secret Life of Walter Mitty, or Zoolander 2. And those are the 6 like feature films he's directed that I found. Maybe I'm missing one, but
So are we going to talk about the leaked porn?
yeah, dude. Night at the Museum. That's a big role for him. You guys
I
see that?
loved.
Museum?
I loved Ricky Gervais's part, and I still quote it. I say, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice,
Shame on you. What's he
take
say?
it or leave it."
Take it or leave it. Is he like the museum
It's like
curator
that.
or something?
Yeah, he's the boss.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave
Take
it.
it or leave it. That's
it or
fucking
leave it.
funny, dude.
Ricky Gervais is.
And then they made a sequel to that. I never saw it. It's whatever. It's a kids. It's a family.
It's
movie.
a kids movie.
All
and
right,
I think it'd be fun for kids.
Trivia round. All right.
I used to dream about stuff like that.
Andrew,
Toys coming
Alex,
alive.
Trivia round.
Oh shit!
What do you think?
5,
You guys love my new
4.
soundboard.
Yeah.
What do you think? All right, take a little stab.
White male.
Highest grossing film starring Ben Stiller with 279 million buckaroos.
Starring Ben Stiller.
He's in it. He is a starring role in it.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna pick different answers.
Okay. I honestly think it's Tropic Thunder.
I honestly think it's gonna be Meet the Fockers.
Dude, I think Alex might be right.
And Alex has it right because it's definitely Meet the Fockers.
It's Meet the Fockers
Tropic
for sure.
Thunder.
My bad.
I got the top 5. Tropic Thunder's not on it. What do you think number 2 is though? Consolation prize.
Well, okay. Long Came Paul. The one with the cum in the hair.
Something about Mary.
It's not on it.
He's the one complaining about this. The only thing anyone talks about, and it's the first thing comes.
Can't
to
even
his
think
head.
of the title. The one coming here. The one coming here. No, that's not it.
Kill yourself.
And that's fucking 2 out of 2.
might.
All right, big boss over here.
I think it's gonna be probably Dodgeball, Zoolander.
Not at the museum, dude. Fucking 250. All right, number 3.
All right. Well, now I'm just.
Lightning round. 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, you okay? Wait a minute. We can say the ones we've already said.
Yeah, because if
they
were wrong,
Yeah.
don't say Meet the Fockers.
So Meet the Fockers. I think that.
You guys aren't gonna get it. It's gonna be. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say
It's something you wouldn't think about Ben Stiller.
I thought that Zoolander and Dodgeball were very popular movies when
But
they
they might
came
not
out.
all
were.
be.
Comedies
they
don't
might
make
not
dick
all
ton of
be
money.
starring Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
Well, no, but
All right, I'm gonna
they
fuck
are.
it because I'm just gonna. You guys are gonna. It's Madagascar 3, Madagascar, Madagascar 2.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, they're big family.
Dude, you lightning round us on Madagascar? It's my first lightning round.
All right, we'll let.
my first lightning round.
Don't look
My
at
first Asian.
don't look at the screen. We'll go after that because
We'll go again, baby.
we'll go.
I got another one in.
because
I gotta work it
like
up.
dodgeball and shit like.
15 minutes. 15
They're on there,
minutes.
dude.
It's science.
Can,
All
you,
right.
can we give some water?
Let's do lifetime gross, dude. All right, get rid of the Madagascar movies. What do you think number 6 is? You got Meet the Fockers, Not the Museum, the 3 Madagascars. What's probably number 6 in?
Oh shit! This is a real lightning round.
Not the Museum has a sequel. It's
Well,
not. It's the second.
You make
time.
me want to say. Oh yeah, I was gonna fucking like. Oh, why'd you?
And none of the
Why do you
museum has
let
a
it-
sequel.
All right. Number 7. This is where you get into
Dude,
comedy.
no, I don't want to.
Oh wait, there's 3 Night at the Museum movies. Well,
So wait. Okay.
Let's be clear. He's like really successful with kids movies.
all right. What's his? Okay, this is an R-rated movie.
Number 9.
Number
No,
7.
10.
Number 7. It's already been guessed, and it was wrong.
Okay.
It's the one I'm coming there.
Troll Hunter.
No, there's something about Mary. All right, we won't play the game anymore. Where's let's see. Tropic Thunder's on here number 12. 110 million for Tropic Thunder. That's pretty good. Dodgeball is number 10, 114 million.
Nice.
Little Fockers 148. Meet the Parents 166.
How's Meet the Parents gross the most?
Because it was the
What
only
is
good
that?
one. I don't know.
Well,
No, it was like
even
I
though
don't-
it's the best,
like,
it's still like
because
the
it was like-
premier one, and so you wouldn't think it would make as much money,
Dude,
right?
for a comedy, like this was, as far as I can remember, this was one of the first times we saw De Niro in like such a comedic role.
So let
Because
me.
he's so serious, right? Like,
You think De Niro really brought it?
Let me tell you
think
why
so.
I
Let's
picked
look
Meet
up
the
the-
Fockers. Let me tell you why I picked Meet the Fockers. Because I knew that Meet the Parents was such a good movie, and people like Meet the Fockers, but
Straight
most
up,
people
yeah.
will not go to the movie theater on
I
a
see
movie.
your logic.
So I Meet the Fockers because they're like, Meet the Parents is so good. Let's go watch Meet the
Exactly.
Fockers.
Yeah. So, what is Robert De Niro's top 10?
all right, let's do it.
Yeah, because I think De Niro might have brought that. I mean, let's be real.
Can we be real?
Ben Stiller's no De Niro.
Well,
He's just riding on his coattails. And they're long coattails.
Let's do it. Box office
You're gonna- you're gonna die
mojo.com.
on that
My
hill?
favorite site.
The
dude.
coattails are still
Lifetime
being
gross,
lengthened.
dude. All right. What do you think is the? Wait, this doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Did I say
Oh, fucking Wikipedia. No, just kidding.
where the fuck is Meet the Fockers on this list for Ben Stiller?
it's in the very top.
Oh, it's the number 1. All right. Well, obviously, what do you think number 1 for fucking
the
De
Fockers.
Niro? Yeah, it's gonna be Meet the Fockers. What do you think number 2 is gonna be? Meet the Parents, right?
Oh shit! Those movies made more than.
Little Fockers is number 5. Yeah, that's like his best fucking.
So De Niro.
You know what number 3 is? You guys are gonna be able to guess it because like I didn't even know.
Cape Fear.
Shark Tale. What the fuck is that?
Oh,
is that the
he
one
was
with
in
Will
Shark
Smith?
Tale?
Is that
No,
with Will Smith?
It's another kids movie.
It's an animated movie.
Kids
with,
movies.
with Will Smith, right?
All right, hey guys.
Kids movies, dude. Hell yeah!
All right.
We need to
number
change
4.
this podcast
Number 4.
format.
It's more of a recent movie
Kids
that
movies.
I've never seen. I think it won like best movie one year.
We should stop cussing and do kids
It's
stuff.
American Hustle. You guys watch them? I haven't seen that.
Actually, yeah, I have seen
So,
it.
like, you know, his older movies didn't make like such a dick ton of money, like Deer Hunter and shit.
Cape Fear.
Where's Raging Bull on there?
I don't even see
Not
it.
even.
Raging Bull's the one that people often quote for his.
Yeah, it probably didn't
success.
make a lot of money. Taxi Drivers.
Not necessarily
39.
success, but it's like.
Here, I'll say Dirty Grandpa made more money than Taxi
Great
Driver.
acting, they say.
Just say that. Casinos, like way the fuck down there.
Weird.
Godfather Part 2 only made $47 million. Jeez, Godfather Part 2, you fucked up.
Well, I mean, money
Raging
was
Bull's
worth
number
more back
45. It
then.
made $23 million, but how much did it cost, to make?
Right.
Like,
Right.
Probably like 5 or some shit. That's like early work for those cats.
Well, dude,
Godsend, that was a terrible movie.
I'm probably very wrong, but I imagine one of the most profitable movies, net income wise, would be like Saw 1.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Because
dude. Those
the
cheap
budget
ass
was
movies,
like $5
those
grand.
cheap horror movies. Yeah.
Oh, I see
yeah,
what you're
those
saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
really cheap horror movies. That fucking,
yeah.
Same with comedies. Like if they make a lot of money, it's like fuck yeah, because we didn't pay dick to make that movie that much. Or like Nightmare on Elm
And
Street.
that's why a
is
lot of
good
people
example
start
of
with comedy acting and then they move up into drama.
A lot of people start.
All right, so let's do a definitive favorite. Out of the movies we talked about, what do you think's your favorite? What do you think's the worst? I'd go favorite for me is Dodgeball. Worst, I don't want to say Heartbreak Kid because
It's so obvious. Movie sucks, bro.
I never saw. I guess because the rest of these I
My least
either
favorite
haven't
is
seen
going to be
or
probably Night at the Museum 3 because
I didn't see it.
because
I'll say Heartbreak Kid, although there's a fucking hilarious queef joke in that movie. That's the only part I remember.
I mean, it's. I would say that it's not necessarily hilarious.
but
It's
Dodgeball,
It's
that was
quite.
best for me.
It's low humor,
Yeah.
low
Well, that's
intellect,
I think
low
that's-
cunning.
I think that's Fairley Brothers. They did Dumb and Dumber and that one with Cum in the Hair.
Well, see the one with
coming there.
Come in the Hair. That movie was actually really well done and made me think the Fairley Brothers
Well, and Dumb and Dumber
are
too.
actually quite talented.
Dumb and Dumber. There's something about Mary. Like these guys are the ones to look for. But then they did like a bunch of stinkers like Stuck on You and Heartbreak Kid
I
and
like
shit.
Stuck on You.
Yeah, but you have awful taste.
All right, let's just.
I'm an easy
You say dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
We got 2 dodgeballs. We got 1
I
chocolate.
already
Thunder.
said Tropic.
That's good. Those are good movies. Ben Stiller, you've had a wonderful career. Thank you for listening to this podcast.
Thank you, Ben.
That's right. Thanks, Ben.
we're gonna introduce a new section real quick. It's just what are you guys doing? What are you guys watching? What are you guys playing? You guys reading any books? New section.
Unfortunately, I'm
What
not
media
reading anything.
are you consuming at this moment?
I'm not reading anything, and I don't watch too much TV. I do consume quite a bit of YouTube and internet. And I actually, so ContraPoints has been around for a while, and I brought up the incel thing earlier. I've been watching ContraPoints videos, and dude, I think that trans chick is pretty funny.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know what that one is.
ContraPoints? Oh, it's just
He's like, you remember Bill from work? Like, you fucking,
sorry, dude. No, I've been just eating up fucking YouTube stuff. I watch a couple Marxists because I want to learn more about Marxism and Marxist philosophy and Marxist economics. So I watched a couple of those, and then I have some other stuff.
That's cool.
That's
cool. I watched.
Is it cool?
Recently, I watched the
Am I
new
cool?
season of Orange Is the New Black.
I need to do
Pretty
that.
dope. A lot better than the last season.
Was it?
I've been rereading Harry Potter. Fucking fun, dude. I haven't read that shit since I was a kid, and they're really well written young adult novels.
You know what is interesting about that is that I would probably never read a book more than once because there's so much to take in. I rarely watch a movie more than once.
Game of Thrones is the first book I reread, and I've read the 5 that are in the series probably 5 times at this point.
No way.
Yeah. Alex. So
that is a book that I would reread. Maybe,
Alex,
but I haven't
If
even
you would read it the first time, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
I read the first one.
Oh, did you? How do you read the first one and not read the next 4?
I'm gonna say this, Alex. I'm gonna say this.
So good.
Your argument is basically like why would you need to hear a song twice?
It's different though.
No, I understand.
It's
I understand
not,
because
though.
I thought
You're
like
getting information.
No. See, when you're not reading a book for information, you're reading a book.
I mean, you can it
for
depends
the
on,
literature. I mean, you can read books
you
for
know, nonfiction, but if you're reading a fiction book, it's for entertainment.
I am Jack's
But
wasted
my
life.
mom's the same way with movies. She's like, why would I need to watch a movie again? I've already seen it once.
Right.
So and books take so long compared to movies.
And I have books that I have yet to read, and there are 1,000 books out there that I would love to read, and there's 1,000 movies and TV shows that I would love to read, and there's a fucking billion YouTube videos that I would like to watch, and there's hundreds of thousands of podcasts I'd like to listen to. So the idea of sitting down for an hour and a half to watch a movie that I've seen already just seems foolish. When I'm playing video games or driving or doing anything, I'm listening to podcasts, and when I'm at home, I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm constantly getting. So I was waiting for my turn, but okay. That's basically what media is I'm listening to and watching.
And you name drop anything or
Joe Rogan Experience, Waking Up podcast with Sam Harris, Jordan B. Peterson.
Man, I'm in a
podcast.
Jesus, intellectual dark web dick sucking motherfucker.
I also listen to Ari Shaffir's Skeptic Tank.
Xing out
good.
this
and the
fucking segment.
Thursday just before Friday.
You guys don't watch like TV and stuff? I thought
I don't watch TV at all.
X out. All right, cancel this segment.
Okay. Well, TV shows.
I brought up Ozark.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
No, you like no.
I thought maybe like you guys were like, oh yeah, I'm in the middle of blank season. Season 3 of blank show.
Oh no, I need to finish watching.
You guys should watch. You know what you guys should watch is Letterkenny on Hulu.
I've heard a lot about that.
Fucking hilarious, dude. I've watched. You don't have Hulu? Faggot.
One thing I need to finish is The Leftovers.
Of course, you need to finish Leftovers. They're gonna go bad.
We'll watch. Yeah,
TV show Leftovers season 3. I've seen
Leftovers.
I
haven't seen Leftovers.
Started season 2.
Watch Letterkenny. Get Hulu. Watch Letterkenny. You watch Letterkenny. It's
I need to watch
one of the
Rick and
funniest.
Morty too. I've finished season 3.
Oh, I've seen all 3 seasons of Rick and Morty multiple times.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was trying to say to Alex is like, I was trying to convey this idea that.
And I get it. You watch.
Do you read a lot?
You read. Okay, so it's a different medium to get information, and so there are certain things that are written in a certain way that like are profound to the reader, and you can get that feeling or similar feelings or even different feelings from reading the same thing over and over. Like I'm just talking about George R. R. Martin. He literally writes. He literally writes in a way that makes people want to read them again. That's like something that he's thinking about while writing. They're like it's part of his like entire encompassing thing. It's like he's writing something, and he's putting in hints and subtle foreshadowing.
Right.
And
That way,
misdirections, subtle misdirections.
It makes the reread even better because you're like you pick up on new shit.
Well, and so when I listened to the audio of the first Game of Thrones book,
first book of A Song of Ice and Fire.
Oh, Song of Ice and Fire.
Asterisks.
Sorry. When I listened to it, obviously I've already seen the show,
right?
And I'm a huge fan of the fiction of the universe. Or what do you call it? Whatever?
Just
you
the
like
lore
medieval
and shit.
stuff.
Well, I mean, I like that story very specifically.
You like
and so when I listened to it, it was like
little dicks.
Fuck yeah, little finger, little dick. And so when I listened to it, it was like I get it, but there's just so much out there. Right. Like Louis C.K. and I watch comedy all the time. Louis C.K. has a joke where he's talking about like if they stopped making porn right now, we would not run out of porn. Nobody would be like, well, what's next? Like,
dude, I would because I'm not
porn.
into a lot of porn. Like, there's a lot of porn that I'm like, what? Like, especially like the mainstream porn, like the porn that it seems like a lot of people are into. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not into butt stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that.
It's top of the fucking list, dude. It's like ass fucked, whatever,
Yeah. Teen ass fuck.
Yeah, it's like fucking
teen incest ass fuck.
Yeah, teen incest ass fuck. It's like Jesus
Stepmom
Christ.
sucks friend, you know, like
In her ass.
yeah.
there
and
was
then
a
gets
time-
anally destroyed.
I don't want to click on that.
There was a time when you had to type taboo in the goddamn search bar. Not anymore, dude. It's
all over.
really
Anal
weird.
destruction team.
Dude, and then the little
Barely
fucking
legal.
the little clip of the picture of the
Incest.
girl. She's got just
Hentai.
cum all over her fucking face. It's
Goddamn.
disgusting.
Damn, dude.
So I would run out.
All right.
I would run out.
All right, let's
watching the oldies.
that took a little turn for the worse.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. All right. Check us out on the circlejerks.podbean.com. That's where we host our content. I'm gonna get us on iTunes and shit like here real soon. I'm gonna fucking do it for sure. I don't go on Facebook anymore. We have a Facebook page. I haven't fucking looked at it forever.
We're not deplatformed.
So fuck that. Fuck the Facebook page. Check me out on Twitter. That's at Ghetto Town Funk. Alex,
Speaking of media that I've been taking in, there's a really, really awesome page on Facebook called The Profitable Mind. The guy that does it, he's just kind of a genius. You know, he's kind of dumb.
I like his shit. It's all right.
He's ahead of his time.
It's not. You know, I don't.
Ahead of his time.
Ahead of his time.
I don't bait to it or anything. But
Right.
whatever.
And so, you guys should check it out. It's at A Profitable Mind if you want to. No big deal. It's really good.
What are you plugging this week, Andrew?
Oh, well, okay, so down the road from my house is this old Mexican woman, and she sells tamales.
Nice.
Well, she also has a posting on Backpage.com.
Oh,
All right.
So you can, had nothing to do with me, but it has a lot to do with me, you know what I mean? 'Cause, I mean, how's she making money, you know?
Yeah.
A lot to do with me.
Right, you gotta turn around.
So, anyways, sweet lady, great tamales. No, yeah, we call her gran abuela. It means great grandma. Because she's 90.
She'd be pushing 90.
Some parts of life just don't quit, you know what I mean?
Wedding crash.
Right.